Okay, I'm writing a paper on Ebola for English 1102. Okay, I'm on the Georgia Southern Library website because that's where the search bar is for, I guess, Discover, Galileo, I don't know. Okay, my first search was Ebola because I want some general information on the virus. Okay, I'm scrolling through the articles trying to find one to click on. Um, Okay, I'm gonna come back here later. Okay, now I'm searching Ebola on the CDC website to get some factual information. I chose the CDC because it is, I feel, the most reliable source for um, diseases that are contagious. Okay, I'm looking at the signs and symptoms page. Just because probably in the beginning of my paper I'd want to talk about what Ebola is and symptoms before I get into talking about the recent outbreak. Okay, now I'm looking at the transmission page just to add some more general information. Okay, and now I'm looking at the history of Ebola outbreaks just to get some background on the virus. Okay, so if I was writing this paper, it would probably be on the recent Ebola outbreak. So I'd give some background on past cases, but I'd also, the main point of the paper would be about just this year, 2014. So now I'm looking at the, what is this? Okay, it's an academic journal article. Just to get, oops. Okay, so this article is showing some ways that the World Health Organization and the CDC tried to contain the outbreak and control it. So that could be another point that I could touch on in my paper. I would trust this article because both authors are doctors, and let's see. Yeah, and just this like 4-page article, they have 10 resources or reference pages that they used. And those look like reliable sources, so this would be a good source to use. And this paper also talks about the actual confirmed cases, but it also adds in probable cases and suspected cases, just because not all of the cases are probably reported. Okay, so now I'm going to go to Google and just look up some just regular news articles on it. So I'm clicking on Google, or searched Ebola in Google, and then I clicked on the news tab. And so most of this is about the doctor that is free of Ebola, meaning there's no more cases of Ebola in the United States. Yeah, I would probably use the news articles if I wanted something that was really up to date, like on a week, things that have happened the last week or month. But I know not all of these are always accurate, because the news will say one thing and then change it quickly after. Okay, what else do I want to look up? Okay, so now I'm back on Discover, and I'm going to search. Okay, so I'm going to change my option on the left side. I'm going to check off the scholarly and peer-reviewed sources, and I'm going to change the dates to just in the last 4 years, so 2010 to 2014. Oops. Okay, and then I'm going to change my search keyword to Ebola treatment, because I want more information on treatment. So I'd probably go into talking about what the disease is, and then talk about the recent issues with Ebola, and then at the end I would talk about treatment and maybe what we have to look forward to in the future for curing the disease or virus. Well, I guess it's a virus, so you can't cure it. Treating the virus. Okay, so I just clicked on the first article that came up. And okay, this is not what I was looking for, but it's just talking about this article is very scientific and I can't understand it, so I'm not going to use it. Okay, so I just clicked on an article about professional responsibilities for the treatment of patients. And that was another thing that was in the news, talking about the nurse that contracted Ebola, and one of the reasons why she probably got it is because they said that she didn't have any training on how to react to the disease. Okay, also, so if I was logged into my account right now, I would click on this folder on the right side. I think that's what it was, or anyway, there's a way to save all the journal articles that you want in your folder, and then when you sign into your student account, it's all right there. So that's what I'd be using to keep track of all the articles that I looked at. Okay, so yeah, this is a short article, and this was just came out in October, so this might be a good one to talk about, um, to use just to talk about how better following better policies at hospitals could prevent the spread. Okay. I don't know how to get to this one. Okay, so I clicked on this article and I can see the abstract, but I don't know how to actually get to what I'm trying to read. So I'm not going to use it, but it looked like a good article. Okay. So I'm still looking. Right now I'm kind of looking for an article that just has a general explanation for different treatments, not so much just some of these look like they're for like experimental treatment and not just what they actually are doing. Yeah, so here's another one on experimental therapies and vaccines. Okay. Okay, I still don't know how to get to these things. Hang on. Okay, so I just clicked on the find it link because these links, I don't know how to get to the actual articles. Okay, so it's not available online. Okay, or I can click on search for resource in Gill and then interlibrary loan delivery. Okay, let's see what my options are. Okay, so now I know and I can't see the article, that means it's not available online. Okay, so this one is, okay, so this one's at the library in print, and I can go check out the magazine, it looks like. Okay, and then let's see if the interlibrary loan, I'm supposed to log in, so I can't do that. Okay. Alright, so then here's another, looks like a magazine article, Ebola treatments caught in limbo. And this one is not available online. So let's see if it's at the library. Yes, so it's at the library on the second floor. So I could check that one out. Okay.
I'm researching international fraud topics in international accounting. I'm starting by opening the Google Chrome Explorer and logging in to my Georgia Southern. I'm opening the Wall Street Journal to find current news topics. I'm going to business and scrolling through the current listings for today. I see one article about private equity buys for $10 billion in SEMA assets, so I'm opening that article. The article is from London, and it looks like private equity firms are trying to acquire the assets as a part of a merger. So this looks like a topic that I would use. I'm now opening a Word document so I can copy and paste the link to the article. I'm putting a 1 by the website in the Word document so I know that that is my first source. Usually when I write a paper, I just put 1 for the internal citation and I go back at the very end and put more and put the actual reference in there when I do my works cited page. I'm now opening google.com and typing in international accounting fraud topics for 2014. About the 5th hit down, there is an impact of fraud in fluctuating currencies. It looks like there's a lot more information on this topic, so this looks like a better selection. I'm going to copy and paste the website into the Word document and delete the first one. I'm going back to the Google page and typing in foreign currency fraud. And there is a hit from the United States Commodity Futures Trading Commission as the first selection. This article describes how the scams work and what regulators are doing to help combat the scams and the warning signs of fraud. This looks like it would be good for the background of the paper or for an introduction. I'm putting the website in the Word document as number 2. And I'm copying and pasting parts of the article I find interesting into the Word document so I can highlight them and know that they came from source 2, and the highlighting means it came straight from the article. I want to use an example of a foreign currency trading fraud, so I'm going back to Google search and typing in 2014 foreign currency fraud case. And there's a publication from the IRS about examples of general fraud investigations for fiscal year 2014. I'm selecting the irs.gov website because it is from the IRS and it's a reputable website. And there are several cases of foreign currency fraud and tax evasion listed on the page. So I'm searching for foreign currency fraud. I don't see anything right off. I see a lot of tax evasion and money laundering, but nothing specifically related to foreign currency frauds. I'm about halfway through the page and I still haven't found anything. So I'm doing Control F to search for currency. That option is not working on this page, so I'm going back to the Google search. And there is a website from the United States Commodity Futures Trading Commission from August 29th, 2014, where a California resident was charged with currency fraud. The website is cftc.gov. So I'm copying this website into the Word document as source number 3. I'm going back to the web page, and the main paragraph is about halfway down, and it's talking about how much the man currently stole and a little bit of information about that. So I'm copying that paragraph onto the Word document and highlighting it in yellow. I'm going back to the Google search and I'm searching for foreign currency fraud. International. There's a website from the FBI listing common fraud schemes. I mainly see identity theft and Nigerian fraud schemes. I don't see any information on there, so I'm going back to the Wall Street Journal. And in the search bar, I'm typing in foreign currency fraud and searching that. There's an article from 9/14/14 about flipped bankers aid U.S. in foreign exchange probe. It looks like the article is talking about Bank of America and several other companies committed a fraud. So I'm copying and pasting this website into the Word document to come back to later once I find some more information to decide which direction the paper is going in. I'm going back to the Wall Street Journal and seeing what other recent articles are available. There's an article about the UK competition watchdog joins currency probe. This looks like a good article because it's international and is talking about the UK. And the subheading is investigation focuses on possible rigging of the 5.3 trillion a day market. So this looks like a good website to use. I'm copying and pasting this website into the Word document as source number 5. And I'd like to find another article in an Asian market so that different international aspects can be explored. So in the search bar, I'm typing in foreign currency fraud Asia. And it doesn't look like I have new search results. So I'm going back to the Google search. And searching foreign